Hey, what's up everyone? This is Dennis from 21 Grams, and today I'm going to bring you a review of the Master Tools CUB leather sewing machine from Weaver Leather Supply. This is perfect for the leather crafters that want a little bit more of the hands-on approach. So let's dive into the pros and cons of this machine. Starting with the pros of this machine, the Master Tools CUB is incredibly user-friendly for beginners, and the design is straightforward. Another great feature of the CUB is the drop-down seam allowance wheel. This allows you to get a straight line and give you the perfect amount of seam allowance every single time. In addition, the build quality is exceptional. The solid metal frame and the construction on this machine is durable and will last you for years to come. Plus, it's portable, so it makes it easy to travel with or for someone that has limited space in their workshop. This machine is easy to maintain and comes with every tool to keep it in tip-top condition. All right, let's get into the dreaded cons. As a manual machine, naturally, it's going to take a little bit more physical effort. This can take some getting used to. This might not be ideal for the leather crafter that needs to produce a lot of volume in a quick amount of time. Another drawback is it does not backstitch. Also, in my experience, so far, it hasn't been fantastic on thinner leather. Also, the needle options are very limited and does not take a universal needle for this machine. So here is my experience working with the CUB over the last 3 months. I was new to sewing machines when I picked up the Master Tools CUB. I mean, I literally never used a sewing machine before this. And to be honest, I was incredibly intimidated by sewing machines in general. I quickly learned that this machine was relatively quick to get started and learn. I'll be honest, at the beginning, I did have a lot of trouble with this machine, but it wasn't because of the machine. It was a lack of my experience with sewing machines in general. With a little bit of patience and perseverance, I was able to get the hang of it. I found out quickly while trying to troubleshoot, most of the problems are going to come from 3 factors. These are the things that I would check if you're having issues with this machine, and for my understanding, any machine for that matter. Always make sure that your machine is properly threaded. Make sure to tighten or loosen your tension in small increments, and make sure that your needle is straight and sharp. One thing that I realized very quickly is that I really needed the backstitch feature. But really that is quite impossible with a machine of this nature. Being that it's mechanical, you can't do the backstitching. This is something that I was well aware of before purchasing this machine. So it is no fault of Weaver Leather Supply. More of a user error, not knowing how much I would appreciate and need the backstitching feature. I also found that moving the material when needing to backstitch can be really tricky. The cylinder arm design is a great feature and helps with this process. However, the material that works best with this machine is going to be thicker material, and that often is harder to maneuver within that cylinder arm gap. I personally have found that sewing thinner leathers on this machine proved to be very difficult. I found it troubling to get the tension 100% in order to get the knot perfectly between the top and the bottom of your material. I am willing to admit this is probably user error and something that I can correct in time by fiddling with the machine and getting it absolutely perfect. With that said, I'm going to offer a little bit of encouragement. When I first got this machine, I definitely went through fits of frustration. There were absolutely times that I needed to walk away from this machine and clear my head. Being that this was my first machine, I had to teach myself all of these things from scratch. I encourage you not to give up on this machine, because with a little bit of patience, this machine may be the right machine for you. I truly believe that the patience and little bit of learning that you're going to need for this machine is going to pay off big time. Despite the frustration with this machine at times, having it has saved me so much time compared to hand stitching. Something that would take me 3 hours hand stitching now takes me about 6 to 8 minutes. Like I've mentioned before, This thing absolutely shines when it comes to thicker leather. In conclusion, the Master Tools leather sewing machine, I believe, is a great option for beginners and people that really like a hands-on experience. One of the things that I like the most is this machine offers an opportunity to get up close and personal with all of the moving parts, which I have found provided me an opportunity to understand the function of a sewing machine in general. Something that I cannot reiterate enough is the build quality on this thing. Just like every other product that Weaver puts out, they're made in the US and they're made with high quality parts and solid steel. I hope this review brought you insight on the Master Tools leather sewing machine, and if it's brought you value, please do me a favor and subscribe, give a thumbs up on this video, and potentially share it with a friend. I often do reviews like this, as well as tutorials and do-it-yourself projects. I hope this video helped you making a choice and potentially picking up this sewing machine for your shop. Stay awesome, and I appreciate each and every one of you.